What does your outfit say about you? In the United States, it might say freedom. In China, it might say harmony. Clothing is more than fabric stitched together. It is identity worn in public. It communicates who we are, where we come from, and what we value. From the sidewalks of New York to the neon-lit streets of Shanghai, fashion reveals the soul of a society. At first glance, style may appear universal. Jeans, sneakers, and luxury brands can be found almost everywhere. But look closer and subtle differences begin to emerge, differences shaped by history, culture, economics, and national identity. In the United States, fashion is deeply rooted in individualism. People dress to express themselves, to stand out, to make statements about their beliefs, careers, and lifestyles. From Silicon Valley hoodies to Hollywood red carpets, American fashion thrives on diversity and personal choice. In China, clothing tells a story of transformation. Once characterized by uniformity during the Mao era, Chinese fashion has evolved into a dynamic blend of tradition and modernity. Today, it reflects ambition, social awareness, and a rapidly rising global influence. But why do Americans dress so casually? Why do Chinese consumers embrace luxury brands so enthusiastically? And how did two global superpowers develop such distinct approaches to fashion? The answers lie in centuries of history and decades of economic evolution. This is not just a comparison of clothing, it is a comparison of values, of identity, of cultural philosophy. In this episode of Parallel Worlds Explained, we explore how fashion reflects two different worlds, one driven by self-expression, the other shaped by harmony and social awareness. From streetwear to luxury, from tradition to innovation, this journey will reveal how something as simple as what we wear can tell the story of entire civilizations. Because in the end, fashion is not just about looking good, it's about understanding the world. Same garments, different meanings. Two nations, two styles. In the United States, fashion is a declaration of individuality. It reflects a culture built upon freedom, creativity, and personal identity. Unlike societies that emphasize conformity, American culture celebrates standing out. From an early age, Americans are encouraged to express themselves through their appearance. Whether it's bold streetwear, minimalist athleisure, or vintage-inspired outfits, clothing becomes a canvas for self-expression. This mindset stems from the nation's historical foundations. The United States was built on ideals of independence and personal liberty, values that continue to shape its cultural identity. Fashion naturally evolved as an extension of those principles. Perhaps nowhere is this more evident than in everyday American life. In many workplaces, especially within the tech industry, casual attire is not only accepted but expected. Silicon Valley CEOs are as famous for their hoodies and sneakers as they are for their innovations. Comfort and practicality often take precedence over formality. Blue jeans, arguably America's most iconic fashion contribution, embody this spirit. Originally designed as durable workwear during the California Gold Rush, jeans became a global symbol of freedom, rebellion, and equality. Today, they're worn by people of all ages, professions, and social classes. American fashion is also deeply influenced by pop culture. Hollywood, music, and sports shape global trends, turning celebrities into style icons. From Michael Jordan's sneakers to hip-hop streetwear, American culture has redefined modern fashion on a global scale. Another defining characteristic of American style is its diversity. As a nation of immigrants, the United States has absorbed influences from around the world, creating a melting pot of fashion trends. This fusion results in an ever-evolving landscape where innovation thrives. Accessibility is equally important. Retail giants and online platforms make fashion affordable and available to millions. From fast fashion to high-end designer brands, consumers enjoy unprecedented freedom of choice. In America, what you wear is entirely up to you. There are no rigid expectations, no universal standards, no single definition of style. Only expression. Fashion in the United States is not about fitting in, it's about standing out. And that freedom has shaped the global fashion industry for generations. China's fashion story is one of the most dramatic transformations in modern history.
Within a few decades, the nation transitioned from uniformity to global sophistication, reflecting its extraordinary economic rise and cultural evolution. During the mid-20th century, clothing in China was largely standardized. The Mao suit, simple and functional, symbolized equality and collectivism. Individual expression was secondary to social unity. But as economic reforms began in the late 1970s, everything changed. China opened its doors to the world, and fashion followed. Today, cities like Shanghai, Beijing, and Shenzhen stand among the most influential fashion hubs in Asia. Luxury boutiques line modern shopping districts, and international brands compete with domestic designers for attention. For many Chinese consumers, clothing represents more than personal taste. It signifies success, status, and ambition. Owning luxury items from brands such as Gucci, Louis Vuitton, or Chanel reflects achievement in a rapidly evolving society. Unlike in the United States, where casual wear dominates, Chinese fashion often leans toward refinement and polish. Dressing well demonstrates respect for others and enhances one's social image. This emphasis on presentation is deeply rooted in Confucian values, which prioritize harmony, discipline, and propriety. At the same time, modern Chinese youth are redefining fashion. Influenced by global trends and digital platforms, younger generations embrace streetwear, bold aesthetics, and experimental designs. Social media apps such as Xiaohongshu and Douyin play a significant role in shaping consumer preferences and spreading trends at remarkable speed. China's domestic fashion industry has also gained global recognition. Designers increasingly blend traditional elements with contemporary innovation, creating styles that reflect both heritage and modernity. This fusion is evident in the revival of the Hanfu, traditional attire that has experienced a cultural resurgence among young people seeking to reconnect with their history. China's fashion landscape is no longer defined by imitation, it is defined by innovation. It represents progress, it symbolizes pride, it reflects a nation on the rise.
One of the most visible contrasts between the United States and China lies in everyday fashion. The differences are subtle yet profound, revealing how each society balances comfort, identity, and social expectations. In the United States, casual wear dominates daily life. Athleisure, a fusion of athletic and leisure clothing, has become a defining trend. Sneakers, hoodies, leggings, baseball caps, and denim are commonplace in schools, offices, airports, and shopping centers. Comfort is king. Americans value practicality and efficiency, often choosing attire that accommodates fast-paced lifestyles. It is not unusual to see professionals wearing sneakers on their commute or students attending class in sweatpants. This relaxed approach reflects a culture that prioritizes functionality over formality. In China, everyday fashion tends to be more polished. Even casual outfits are carefully coordinated, reflecting attention to detail and social awareness. Urban professionals often dress elegantly, projecting competence and respectability in both professional and social settings. Public presentation carries significant weight. Dressing neatly demonstrates discipline, ambition, and respect for others. In major cities, individuals frequently appear impeccably styled, even during routine activities such as shopping or commuting. Climate, population density, and cultural norms all contribute to these differences. Chinese urban environments, characterized by crowded public spaces, encourage a heightened awareness of appearance. Personal presentation becomes an extension of social responsibility. Yet globalization has narrowed the gap. American streetwear has gained immense popularity among Chinese youth, while Asian fashion trends increasingly influence Western markets. The result is a fascinating cultural exchange, one that blends comfort with sophistication, individuality with refinement. Luxury fashion provides another striking contrast between the two nations. In the United States, high-end brands symbolize personal success, but coexist with a strong culture of affordability and practicality. Americans often mix luxury items with casual wear, pairing designer accessories with everyday clothing. This approach reflects a philosophy of individuality rather than status display. In China, luxury carries deeper social significance.
Designer brands often serve as symbols of achievement, prestige, and upward mobility. As China's middle class expands, demand for luxury goods continues to grow, making it one of the world's largest markets for high-end fashion. Shopping districts in Shanghai and Beijing rival those of Paris and New York, showcasing China's influence on the global fashion economy. Luxury in America expresses identity. Luxury in China communicates success. Both reflect cultural values shaped by history and aspiration.
Technology is redefining fashion in both countries, but China stands at the forefront of digital innovation. Social commerce platforms such as Douyin and Xiaohongshu shape consumer trends in real time, allowing influencers to drive sales instantly. Live stream shopping events generate billions of dollars in revenue, transforming how fashion is marketed and consumed. In the United States, digital platforms like Instagram and TikTok influence trends, but China's integration of technology and commerce is unmatched. Mobile payments, artificial intelligence, and e-commerce ecosystems have revolutionized the fashion industry. These advancements highlight the future of global retail, a future where technology and style converge. So why do Americans and Chinese dress so differently? Because clothing reflects culture, history, and values. In the United States, fashion symbolizes freedom, creativity, and individuality. It celebrates diversity and encourages self-expression without boundaries. In China, fashion embodies ambition, respect, and cultural pride. It reflects a society that balances tradition with modernity while embracing global influence. Neither approach is superior. Each tells a story. America's wardrobe speaks of independence. China's attire tells of transformation. Same garments, different meanings. Two nations, two identities. Because in the end, fashion is not just about what we wear. It is about who we are.